face. Hola, Charo, ¿cómo está? Yo, Italian, what's good, man? You guys hear me all right? Microphone's working and everything. You can hear me good? Fenrir, Fen, Fen, Fen. Loud and clear. Nice. Fen, Fen. Big boy. Come here. Come here, big dude. Come here, big dogs. Come here, big dogs. Oh, you're good, Italian. No worries, brother. I get it. Life happens. Ain't no big deal, man. The What breed is he? He's a wolf dog. He's a wolf dog. He's a Czech wolf dog. Hey, hey, hold on a second. Hey, down. Achilles. Back up. Back up. Back up. Loose. Loose. Let's go. Achilles. No, you're good, man. Achilles. Come on. Achilles, vente. Tú, tú, tú. Eres tú. Mm-hmm. Don't get so excited, loco. Relax, guys. Neighbors live here too. The neighbors live here too. Yeah, they kind of throw on pause. Abraham, what's up, man? Throw on pause with the neighbor dog. Loose. Fenrir. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell in your guys' ear. Loose. Loose. Come. Come, come. Ugh. Oh, they're just being crazy because the neighbor dog came home. The neighbor came home with his doggies. And Achilles, the little one that you hear doing that, he got a little mop, got all excited. There's a little man. Yeah. Aquilito. Achilles. He got all excited. And he always starts it, man. He always starts it with the neighbor dog. Like the neighbor dog is just trying to play or whatever, and he gets all territorial. He's like, "Back off my fence, boy. It's my fence." But yeah, they're good. And then I gotta put them inside for a little bit just so they can chill. Because otherwise they'll be running back and forth across the fence that you see there. Like a bunch of crazies. And I'm not sure, but that might have been the thing that initially like injured her too. So She might have run up against one of the ties that like holds the fence to the post or something, but she's good now. So, you're a new content creator. How should you start? Bo, what's up, man? You should start by finding your niche and then posting consistently every day and doing a bunch of different types of formats of posting to kind of see what works. And once you get like a formula down that works for you and your niche and your thing, what you plan to do, then yeah, just like keep using that formula and grow on it, expand on it. Oh, drone content. That's cool, man. So you film stuff with drones. That's dope. That's cool as heck, man. Black cat gets territorial when it comes to ginger. Okay. Yeah, that's funny, Italian. But drone content, yeah, man, there's definitely a niche already for that on YouTube. So we can kind of find your own way to like make it a little bit unique. What do you mostly film with drones? I mean, the key though is persistency. It's like really you got to be persistent with it. About to start doing it, but I don't have a drone yet. Oh, okay, gotcha. What are you thinking about filming with drones and playing Farming Sim 22? Nice. Farming Sim is pretty cool. I like Farm Sims. Farm Simulator. I think the neighbor brought his dog inside. I think I overheard him bringing him inside, so I can bring the wolfies out again. They're bothering me to come out. They're knocking at the door. But yeah, Bo, what are you thinking about finish or filming with drones? What do you want to film with drones? A speed drone. Oh, so you want to do like drone racing kind of film, like or content, I guess, rather videos, whatever you want to call it. That's also cool shit. I've seen those, like speed drone races and stuff like that. They're cool, man. Like the courses they set up for them, they're awesome. It's crazy to see like pilots of those things too, going at like Mach 5,000, like ripping through crazy obstacle courses. Nice. That's cool, man. That's cool. Yeah, dude, I would definitely like suggest that you kind of just do more like what I was saying earlier. Just pick your niche for like for your drone, you know, whether it's like the type of drone it is, the name you give it, something like that, you know what I mean? Because people give names to cars and any other kind of stuff they race with, like, you know what I mean? So give it a name, use that for your channel, and then just be consistent. Like start being consistent, even if it's crappy, dude. Like just post it anyway. You know what I mean? Because when you consistently post, then you can get like a good kind of metric back of what works when you post and what doesn't. And like I think once you break into like 100 or 200 or 300 or somewhere in between 100 and 500 subscribers, you'll get access to like the analytics of YouTube. And the analytics page is really cool because that gives you all the like feedback, like you know, like your click through rates, your ad impressions, like all that kind of stuff. So just stay consistent with whatever you end up doing and be passionate about it too. Put your soul into it. That's kind of the most important stuff I could recommend. Which is cool because that's kind of like a perfect segue into what I really wanted to talk about on this chat with y'all in this stream. Um, was mostly the channel and like how we got here, um, what we want to do, what we've already achieved, um, and how to go about like kind of expanding it. And then of course we're gonna hang out and chill with the wolfies and doggies. Maybe bring the wolfies back out. Yeah, so they're whining at the door. Come on, wolfies. Come on, wolves. Come on. Can you behave? Can you behave? Yeah, bring the guitar out too. Wolfish. But yeah, Shadow, they're throwing hands because she's been cooped up like the last 2 weeks healing that little injury on the side. Oh no, they didn't bring her dog. Hey, Woos, come. Woos, Woos. Come here, sweet girl. Come. Their dog isn't still inside. So like Lucy likes to run back and forth on that fence back there, but come here. If I could just get her to like not pay attention over there. Because their dog likes our doggies too. Because doggies, all the doggies here like each other, but their dog likes to get Lucy running back and forth across the fence, which is okay. You're fine. Play with each other. I just don't want her to get hurt again. So running into something she shouldn't. Ah, whoosh. But he does. The neighbor dog really likes Lucy and them, and Lucy like will literally try to jump the fence to get to him. So, and it's like a old chain link fence. So there's probably like sharp parts of it sticking out, which I think maybe might have been the thing that got her. I'm not sure. It wasn't. It could have been a nail. It could have been that thing. I'm not sure, but it wasn't crazy enough to where she was like, super injured. But it was expensive. The Fenrir's not so much the one I got to worry about running back and forth. What is my next scheduled one stream? That's a good question, man. Not sure. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. Schedule what again? I know they've did an update, and I've been talking about playing that again too. But I'm not sure. I definitely gonna get back to that at some point because it's a fun game. It's a really fun game. Fenrir just casually shaking. I know, dude. He's gotten so big even since the last time you guys saw him too. He's such a big boy. You get your big boy. You get your big boy. But yeah, so basically, I don't know. While I got a bunch of you guys here, I'll just give you the kind of the rundown, really. I guess of what I was trying to talk about initially was I really wanted to talk about the channel, right? Like, uh, I got started for anybody that's interested too. You know what I mean? That's trying to like, Bo, if you're trying to get out there, man, like, maybe my story will help you kind of understand how you can do stuff too. You know what I mean? Like, so I've just a little bit of backstory. I've always been super artistic. I've always been like really into the sort of creative aspect of stuff in life. And sorry, airplane going overhead. Um, but I've always been into that stuff, even though I've been like doing like heavy labor work and stuff like that all my life, and in construction and stuff like that too. But I had opened up a YouTube channel like so many years ago. Hey, Aquiles, para. Oye, ven acá. Vente aquí. Ay, Dios, siéntate. Quítate eso. Nene, tú eres malo, ¿sabes? Tú eres malo. Tú eres malo. Loco. Loco. But yeah, I got started like a long time ago, like on YouTube. You can see how old my channel is. It's like, I don't know, a while ago. But I didn't really necessarily stay super consistent with it. Like, I know I'd upload streams every now and then, games I would play, and I don't know. I just, for lack of better words, I was busy with college and I was busy with work at the time, so I never really could stay super consistent with it. And it wasn't until like I've said in the Discord, like and to a few of you guys, like about maybe a year ago or so, a little more than a year now. I kind of just like quietly. I didn't tell anybody. I didn't like proclaim anything. I didn't post anything on social media. In fact, before I started doing this, I just deleted all of my old social medias because I was like just tired of all the like nonsense and the senseless crap that was on it. And so I was like mainly and mostly on YouTube, just hanging out and doing stuff like that. Moto Toad, that backyard looks peaceful. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. It is. It is pretty peaceful. It's a nice place to sit and hang out with the dogs and play guitar and kind of listen to music or just chill. I love it here. But so yeah, I never stayed consistent with it with YouTube, and basically what happened was like I said, I told no one. I didn't post anything even on the YouTube channel itself. Like, but I made kind of like a promise to just quiet, silent promise to myself. Like, if in 1 year I can get enough of a response, like I didn't even measure it in like likes or subscribers or views or anything like that. I said if in 1 year I can get any kind of like good response or sign that I should keep doing it, of me being like actually consistent. So, every day uploading or every 2 or 3 or 4 days uploading, like no matter what it was, just staying consistent. And so I did that. And on the inside of a year, I had reached 1,000 subscribers. And I was like, wow, that's an insane milestone. And it was like just before, it was like maybe a month or two before the year even ended. So before even year end of me being consistent, I'd already reached one of the major milestones that a lot of YouTubers have a real difficult time reaching, which was the 1,000 subscriber mark. Let's hear it. The guitar. What's up, man? Yeah, we'll play some in a little bit. Um, we'll definitely play some a little bit. I could play a little bit while I'm talking too, I guess. But it's a little bit hard for me to actually play and talk. I'm used to like having to sing. If I do any kind of noise with the guitar in my hand while I'm strumming. See here, if that's what you're even talking about. Can you see Fenrir back there being goofy? Um. So anyway, yeah, I don't know what the heck he's doing. Fenrir, wait, hey, wait, leave it, bro. Don't make me come out there, man. Don't make me come out there. Huh? Hey, you even messing with nothing. Leave it, dummy. I don't know what the heck he was messing with, man. So yeah. Anyway, like I said, consistency was definitely the key to me getting there to that like 1,000 subscriber mark. Skills. Thanks, bro. Um, and once I had gotten to the 1,000 sub mark, for me, I was like, okay, the next like real viable step is reaching whatever other goal it is in order to get the channel to be monetized. That's like the only next logical step for it. So I just kind of developed this strategy to be like, I'm gonna be even more consistent and I'm gonna try to like push what I want to do with the channel like through the algorithm as much as I can. Which is it's not easy to do. It's really not. Like you have to, like I said, you got to be consistent. You got to develop what type of short content, what type of long form content, what type of streaming content works best for you, and like the niche and your thing that you're doing. Like for example, mine is that, like I said, despite being in like construction and hard labor all my life, I've always been into. Hey Lucas, what's going on, man? I've always been into the more like creative aspect of stuff. I went to college for interdisciplinary studies, and I studied art, architecture, literature, politics, psychology. Like interdisciplinary covers like any and all possible areas of study you can think of. And the lens that I chose to do it through was just a through the lens of like the medieval period. So like all of the art, the architecture, the things that I looked at were like kind of from that time period. Um, and it was just one of the time periods that I had like really kind of been like, for lack of a better word, nostalgic, fond of, whatever. I'd always been into it, like big time. Like, just carrying a sword. Like most of the time, you'd have some level of armor on you, whatever, unless you were, of course, like a peasant, which peasant life probably sucked, but I'm sure it had its draws, especially when you compare it to modern people and how often like we work versus how many holidays a medieval peasant had. It's pretty weird and kind of disgusting, but like how much less a medieval peasant actually worked than modern people do. But it's whatever. We're already here. But so like all of that stuff kind of influenced me as a writer, and I wanted to kind of develop my can can you do piano? I can play piano. I'm not like as good as it with guitar as I am with the guitar. Like I'm definitely better on guitar than I am piano, but I'm not like I don't know. I can't read sheet music. I'm not like a good musician as far as that's considered, but like I can play for sure. Multiple different instruments too. I've played drums. I played guitar. I played bass. I played a little bit of like piano, keyboard, and stuff like that. Uh, that's another thing too. Is like besides writing and drawing, and that type of like art, I've been into music as well. Like I got really, really, really big into Metallica when I was like a teenager. A lot of like heavy metal and rock and roll, that kind of stuff. And then from there got into like way heavier metal. I played in a bunch of different bands when I was younger too, like 3 or 4 or 5 different bands when I was in like high school and a teenager and stuff like that. And we played shows. We went out and played shows and stuff too, but nothing like crazy big. It was like bars or like open mic nights and stuff like that. But and I've just always played guitar. Guitar has always been my thing. And like I said, writing and drawing, those have been always like the kind of thing that's grounded me back to the reality, ironically, because it's all, your art's what you create with your mind, isn't it? But anyway, um, so yeah, for a year I stayed consistent, got to the 1,000 subscriber mark, and then I was like, man, I got to figure out how to monetize. And the one of the best ways to cut through the algorithm is shorts. Like as a lot of you already know, I mean, just look at lots of the other big YouTubers that have done it that way. Like they've easily and quickly cut through the algorithm with shorts and stuff like that. So if you stay consistent with shorts and you consistently show the algorithm and YouTube and other viewers like your thing, whatever it is, your niche. So my thing is the Ghost of 1898. It's a character that I've been writing forever since I was like a teenager. Amy, hey, how's it going? So I've been writing this character forever. And actually, originally he had his origins in the medieval period, but um, as I kind of got older, it developed. I also had developed an interest in westerns and things like that too. When I was a teenager, a lot of those like old school like Clint Eastwood movies would be on like around Thanksgiving, and just like The Godfather and all those other like real classic movies are on around like holiday times and stuff. Um, as forms of like high entertainment back then. And they were for their time period, they were awesome, and so I've taken a lot of influence from a lot of those different things too. But um, as a writer in a digital world and someone who wants to take that and finish the book, that's the main goal right now with the channel. Is I would like to finish my book so that I could then hopefully turn it into a screenplay, and then turn that screenplay into a film. And I want to be in sole control of all the intellectual property of it, because I don't want it to end up being some giant corporate like cash grabby thing. Like, I just want it to be a story of the character that I've been writing forever. And so, long story short, the character has become and evolved into this old Western character, and a lot of it is based on historical fiction. So it's a fiction where it's like over dramatized like history and things like that. Fenrir, come. Oi. You gotta bark at the woods and the noises, brother. Come on. Come here, big guy. Come. Come see Papa. Hi, little Pop-Ups. Here's the big wolf. Here's the big wolf. Say hello, Baba. Say hello, big wolf. Say hello, big wolf. storybook. Nice. The Greek gods. Yeah, you're really not even too far off with the character. Like even though my character is grounded in um and the sort of first part of the saga of this character starts in the Western times, sort of the end of the old Western times is, is his like name suggests. It's 1898. It's like right at the very end of the 1800s where, you could consider like the Wild West type era. But I draw a lot of different elements too from things like that, like the Greek gods. There's going to be a lot of inspiration even too from Roman and Viking gods, and specifically the god of war in all three of those types of things. So, and again too, like I've drawn, I think I've mentioned this to some people in the Discord and stuff like that too. And I plan to kind of like continue to release the shorts that I've made like recently. I've made three that are kind of like explaining what my original character is, my OC, and also too just to say that here on live, basically it's a Native American Mohawk cowboy character who becomes like who's a bounty hunter by trade, but eventually becomes an assassin, and after becoming an assassin, kind of becomes an anti-hero that works on his own. And that's kind of sort of the main chunk of the plot of his story. There's definitely some Odin influence in there too as well. Yeah, for sure, for sure, man. Yeah, 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 definitely. See, the way I like to view a lot of the different pantheon of gods is that there were a lot of different the gods were different aspects of archetypal types of humans, and the gods were often like a mirror reflection of a lot of the good, the really, really good, and the really, really bad behaviors of people. And they were also a way for a lot of the ancient people to interpret the stars, because that's what a lot of the ancient people, and even all the way up into the Middle Ages, before you had like light pollution and the invention of electricity and all that stuff, they mostly just sat out at night and watched the stars for entertainment. They didn't have streamers and iPhones and games that like further expanded on all these ideas. I'm not talking bad about future technologies or anything like that. But yeah, there's definitely some Odin influence in there. Nice. I think I've watched that movie. In all respect. Sounds interesting. Yeah, thank you, Rare. I appreciate that, man. And I hope you kind of stick around to follow me through the journey, because the thing is like the book isn't entirely complete yet, right? Like I've got a good chunk of stuff that I have written out in paper, because I'm a millennial, so like I grew up in that era, like just where we were starting to get all of this technology, like influx, like in our lives and stuff like that. And so a lot of it's on paper, some of it's in like Google Keep Notes and stuff like that. So I've got a hey Nova, what's up, man? How goes it? How's your day going, man? But a lot of this stuff is like kind of it's fragmented for me right now, and so in doing the YouTube channel, it's also a way to drive me to kind of like lock myself in a room, sit down and write. You know what I mean? Because I've seen the response, and then and that kind of perfectly segues into, and I appreciate you guys for saying that in chat. That kind of segues almost exactly into what I was going to talk about next, was what the channel has accomplished. And some of the main things that I've accomplished is that one, a genuine idea with a real person with a genuine connection, even if they're using AI to create like proof of concept for a character and the character design and the costume and things like that, can still cut through the algorithm. Like that's a huge, huge accomplishment that like it's insane. It's like a protest to the digital world, using the digital world kind of in a way, you know what I mean? Because I've generated a lot of these like genuine connection with you guys, um, which to me has like just been a really cool, insane thing for me. So, and I appreciate all you guys who have been with me like thus far in the journey, like just so far. It's been awesome, and I can't wait to like see where it goes from here too with everybody, and to show you guys the progress regardless, because. Um, I've also, with doing all this, kind of come to the realization that this is one of those things in life that I just have to do. I can't not do it. It's something that I like absolutely have to do. Like even at the risk of complete failure, I have to do it. And in doing so, not only am I kind of taking a bunch of guardrails off, I'm also kind of pointing myself and focusing more on a direction that I really, really want to bring this thing to, which is, again, I want to finish the book so that I can finish writing the character's kind of origin story, um, his progress from where he is to becoming, what I had mentioned earlier, um, and even further than that, because the way that and so basically the main chunks of the story that I have planned out are some of the origin. I have a little bit of the mid part of the story kind of figured out, where he takes a contract that kind of changes a lot of his perspective and what he really wants to do with his skills and things like that. And classical guitar, yes, it is a classical guitar. You're right about that. It's a Cordoba, actually. It's a very beautiful guitar, and it's got. This is one of my favorite things about it. I'll show you guys. But yeah, it's a classical guitar. It is indeed. It's got the nylon strings and the really like wide fretboard, all that stuff. And you picked it out just from the headstock. That's cool, man. Good eye, dude. Also, welcome. Um, so yeah, I've got those things, and then I've got the ending of the first part of the story figured out. The ending of the old western. I've got that figured out, and it's like a huge cliffhanger, also like a sort of pivotal tonal shift. And I really don't even want to say too much what it is. Some of you guys might be able to infer what I mean by like seeing some of the other shorts that I've created. There's only a few, but and I might make some more too, just to see the reception of the character like in costume in that realm as well too. But I think a lot of you guys that the content has already resonated with will really appreciate the direction that I want to take the channel now, and that's really focusing more on the writing aspect of it, the development of the character, the development of the story to a finished book, that I can either self-publish or get help publishing, or even crowdfund the publishing. The possibilities for that part are endless, just like the possibilities for the future of the story too are a little bit endless and really cool, because I have a lot of cool like creative influence, a lot of really creative like direction that I would love to take the story about all of it. Is it the scene you told me about in private? Uh, which scene are you talking about, Nova? Which scene are you talking about in particular? You can say it here in chat. I don't mind, because I might have posted it also in the Discord too. But and actually last night I kind of sat and expanded on the one of the main scenes, that if you're talking about the one where he takes the contract thing, where it's like the one, the kind of pivotal one. Oh, the ending. The ending. Yeah, I don't know. I might have told you about it. Yeah, don't say that one in chat. I don't know. I can't remember if I told you specifically about that one, but we definitely can in kind of like members only writers circle type thing. We can definitely talk about that, because that's a little bit more closed. I mean, and everything I have already has an IP disclaimer on it, and I already do plan to get the character kind of copyrighted and stuff like that, so I can actually legally protect it as well too. But and then I could talk about this kind of spoiler alert stuff, I guess. But I also don't really necessarily want to spoil it for anybody who's interested in just discovering the story and the character either too. So yeah, no, that's kind of the intention too between some of these live streams, Nova, is that once the channel continues to see, because again, and this is a perfect segue back to what I was talking about, is and what we've achieved. Um, we've built a community, we've cut through the algorithm, we've shown that it can get a response. And the other huge accomplishment that is extremely difficult, like through all the research I've done, it is extremely difficult to monetize your channel. It is one of, besides getting to your subscribers and reaching the other like analytical milestones or points that YouTube wants you to get to before you can monetize. Um, monetization is like literally the next most difficult one. And I think that's why earlier too I was saying it was like the kind of next logical step I wanted to take with the channel and with the character was to get it monetized, just so that I could prove more or less to myself, but I guess to to the world too, and to the platform that it was something that could be an actual monetized thing, and it is, and I have proven that in the last like I don't know however many months we've been monetized. We've been monetized, and we've done extremely well for a channel who just got monetized in the first year of being consistent on YouTube. Like, it's pretty awesome. Erica Tyler. Hey, Erica, how are you? How's it going? You enjoying the weather today, wherever you're at? Hopefully. Welcome to the chat. I'm sorry you kind of caught me mid conversation there. Appreciate you saying hey, and I hope you're doing well. Sorry, the big wolf isn't really like hanging out right now in the, in the chat, but he'll be back, and we will definitely do more chats and live streams too, where I kind of talk about this as we go through the progress of the next coming end of this year and into the next year too. Just to kind of give you guys progress updates as the viewers and subscribers and all that stuff too. Um, but the channel does stand as a pretty crazy testament of the consistent work that you can do to be able to like show that consistent, persistent consistency is really the key to kind of finding your way on the platform here. Hope you're well too. Good, thank you. No worries. Hope you're. I am well. I am well. Yeah, I'm just kind of talking about the channel right now, Erica, and just hanging out with the couple doggies. Here, I'll show you the one I'm hanging out with too. He's a little baby boy. He's just sitting there laying down on the ground being a goofy boy. Being a goofy little boy, getting leaves stuck in his hair. And we've got Fenrir. Fen. Big papa. Big wolf. Come. Come here, big boy. Let's see if I can get him on camera for you guys. He's so big though. Sometimes doesn't even fit in the frame. Come here, dude. Come here, big dude. Here, let me move my guitar so you don't knock it over. Come here. Come here. Come here, dude. Yeah, he's a big wolf. There he is. There's the big wolf. He's a big wolf. We'll get all your scratchy spots for you, huh? We'll get all the scratchy spots for you, big wolf. Fun. The big dog. But yeah, we're doing well. We're just hanging out. I'm happy to see that you stopped by and said hello. Hope you're ready for the weekend and excited for it. So yeah, needless to say, inside of a year of being consistency, we made it to 1,000 subs, right? And after refining the channel's like direction by just kind of focusing a little bit more towards the character and the development of the character, and then really pointing and focusing that my like kind of creative energy and sort of the like work ethic of like being consistent, we got to like 1,500 subscribers, and inside of like once we got to 1,000 subscribers too, it didn't take much longer before we were monetized, which again, that's another thing that I was saying before. It's like an extremely difficult thing for a channel to do is to get monetized. And the other thing is too is like once you reach the monetization, you have to constantly kind of be on top of your videos, especially if you do anything with video game content, because YouTube kind of views stuff using a lot of AI on its own already, and it'll just auto flag stuff that looks violent or whatever, even if it's video game content. And basically, in an instance like that, and it doesn't happen frequently, especially once you do this thing that I'm about to tell you to do, but like you just go through and you have it manually review the video again. And usually, again, if it's video game stuff and you're not being like stupid or ridiculous in the images of the game, like anything that would be against like community guidelines and all that stuff, then you're good, and it'll just kind of let your stuff be fully monetized and everything like that, which is cool, which is really cool. Um, so yeah, the channel's small amount of success so far is really not super small, and it's been a little bit humbling on my part as the creator to like see the response for it really, and it's also just worked as a sign more or less that I need to kind of focus on it, and that it is something that I should be, that I have to do, that the kind of thing that I was talking about earlier too, and that I definitely plan to keep doing, and I'm like even more excited to keep doing, and I definitely look forward to seeing the response once we get to a finished book, once that gets turned into a screenplay, and then once I'm, like on a set with actors and filming something with a producer and a really awesome director and things like that, um, that would be really amazing for me anyway. And I know for people that want to see the character come to fruition and come to light. And again, I think too, it's different than your average story. It's different than your average character. It's not the same, like of the 7 archetypal type stories that are told, um, like continuously throughout humankind. Um, I'm not intentionally trying to embed any specific like moral or like lesson to be learned from it. I'm literally just like writing this character, and kind of letting it flow from that kind of a perspective. And obviously, there will be those things embedded in the character through the influences that I've taken with it and things like that. Let me see if we can let Lucy out now. I don't know if the other dog is chilling on the other side, but let's let her out. Come on, baby girl. You your baby wolf girl. Yeah, I want to be out here too. Oh, there she goes. Who's your baby girl? Your baby wolfie. So yeah, it's been really awesome, and I appreciate you guys for like jamming with me on this whole journey to this point, and kind of proving that it is financially viable, money making. Hey, hey, easy with your sister, man. She still got a scab on her side. Hey, goof, come here, goosey goose. Asha. No Fenrir, no Fenrir, of course too. The bubbles, the big bubbles. So, with that being said, are any of you guys that are still hanging out in chat, are any of you guys old Western fans, in particular? Also, rare the Viking god of war is Tyr, and that's haha, Baba, yeah, Baba boy. And Tyr's gonna kind of play a little bit of a role in the book, so you guys will see a little bit of that influence too a lot later on, a little bit later on in the book, like towards the end of it, and then the beginning of the probably like either the second book that I'll write or whatever comes after that. Hey, Fenrir, go over Paw, dude. I'm messing with her. Well, any of you guys that are fans of old westerns, I had made a post kind of recently on YouTube where I shared like a video of the or not a video. I shared the poster for. Oh my goodness, Lucy! Hey, loose, loose! My goodness. Hold on, ghosts. My God. Hey, Lucy, come, loose, Lucy, come, come, girl, come here. Come on, come on, come on. Aquiles, vente aquí, entra ahora. God, they always misbehave whenever they see the dog. It's because they don't. I mean, I know they've been cooped up the last like couple weeks, but they gotta relax, man. Crazy doggies. So yeah, any of you guys that are old Western fans, like I was saying, I posted a poster or the movie poster for The Ecstasy of Gold the other day, and so any of you guys that are like kind of old Western fans, I said I had a surprise for you, and I do. That's why we have the guitar out today with us with the doggies, which I will probably let back out in a little bit when the neighbors are done walking their dogs. And I gotta make sure that we're in tune because we did come outside from the inside. So it sounds like, of course, we lost a string, probably the G. Probably indefinitely the G. That's always the one that goes out of tune. At least on every single guitar I've ever owned. But anyway. It sounds better. There we go. We're kind of in tune now. Hopefully it'll stay that way for a little bit. It has to get used to the humidity outside versus the humidity inside, so. I need to start making fires out here too at night when I come hang out with you guys. Don't went too far up with it. You guys hear that okay? Lucy is kind of the problem child, man. She always trying to jump over the fence. Like, girl, she's literally trying to scale the fence to get to the dog that's on the other side of it. Like, you need to relax, girl. You're the problem. She's also not fixed either, so probably some of the problem. Okay, I think we're in tune now. into now. Okay. So, like I said, the surprise for you guys that are into the Western stuff, I learned a song for you guys. Also because I'm into the Western stuff too. So, I learned a song to be able to play for you guys. I'm going to try to do it here now without the capo first, but I might put it on just because I kind of like the sound of it when it's like up a little bit further on the frets here. But Josh, what's up, man? How you doing, brother? Hanging out? You're playing it so good. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. This was the sort of planned surprise that I'd mentioned on a post in YouTube. If you are subscribed to the channel and follow the posts that I post. Dang, that helicopter's low. But yeah, this is the surprise that I planned for a bunch of the subscribers that I know are into a bunch of old Western stuff. And if you can't, if you can't tell, at least better than mine. Yeah. Hey, man, hey, if you're playing though, you're already better than you were when you first started. So yeah, I even messed up right there, brother. It's hard. It is hard. Oh, you just started like 3 days ago? That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. Would you pick up like acoustic, electric? Would you go with 6 string, 7 string? Would you get? What'd you get? Let me know, man. It is difficult, man. I've been playing since I was like 6 years old, so I've been playing since I was like a little kid. I'm not like a crazy virtuoso either, man, but like I can play. I'm decent. But we're all on the journey, man, and it's hard to perfect. It's not easy. Electric, okay. Yeah, it is hard to perfect. I've got a couple other electric guitars too. I've got like maybe like 5 or 6 of them, and they're fun to play too. I like the electric guitar too. This one's just kind of easiest for chilling outside, you know? It's nice and relaxed. It is. It's hard to get your fingers to stretch across the frets and stuff like that. Like, turn this way so you can see a little bit too, a little bit more of it. But yeah. That's also another reason too why like I like playing sometimes with the capo because it doesn't just sound a little bit nicer with like the higher, you know what I mean, pitch or the tone, but it's also nicer too, like because it just makes it a little bit easier the frets, especially on a classical one, dude. Because you'll notice on a classical acoustic guitar like this one, these frets are like really far apart at the top, super far apart at the top, and as you get further down, you got one of those too. Nice, bro. Nice. That's epic. That's sweet, dude. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm glad that you're doing that. But as you go down, they get closer. Don't play it much. Ah, it's all right, man. You will or you won't. It's up to you know. I mean, it's all up to you. You learn what you want to first. That's the important part, man. You learn what you want to learn first because if you're like constantly trying to do what someone else is doing or doing what someone's like trying to teach you, like if someone's I don't know, it's not as fun that way. You know what I mean? Like doing it, learning the things that you want to learn on guitar. So. And the other thing too is like making sure you get your hand in the right position on the fretboard because really like and again I'm not the greatest guitarist or musician because you're supposed to put your thumb like directly in the center no matter where you are on the fretboard. You're supposed to keep your thumb like right in the middle of the back of the neck like all the time. It's hard but it does help because you get more reach that way. You get way more reach that way. Like I can get across like 5 frets like that. Whereas if my hand's like up here, it's way harder. You see what I'm saying? It's harder to get that. I don't have anyone to teach me. I just have to learn along. Hey, dude, YouTube is not a bad way to learn. And like just watching other guitarists and like mimicking the chords and the shapes. Like if you can see where their fingers are at, and then you can just like kind of intuitively pick up strumming patterns and stuff like that, you're fine. You're fine, bro. See, like even right now, I'm holding my thumb like way up here. I should be holding it right here. And switching, dude, switching between chords, switching between big ass chords like this too was probably the other biggest hurdle for me when I first started playing. It's even still hard to this day, man. Especially some days like after like hard working, hard labor too. Like my fingers aren't like they're just like it's all cramped up. You know what I mean? You gotta like crack them knucks, shake it out, shake that shit out, get it out, and still can't switch. Yeah, it's difficult, bro. It's difficult because you gotta get used to like the shape of the one chord, and by the time you get used to the shape of that chord, it's already too late to even in the song, in the timing, and all that stuff to to change to the next one. I get it. I get it. Nah, man, I get it. Once you get better at it though, man, you'll be able to add in like all those little like hammer-ons and pull-offs and stuff like that. Like once you get good at like just strumming. That's the other thing too. Is like you got to kind of break it down. You just got to break it down and do like your the so break it down into the pieces that you can handle. Like you know, if the song's got some kind of crazy like just break that down into the friggin' like into the basic parts of it. Like just do your like Then once you get comfortable with switching between that, those all the chords and stuff, then you can add in like all those little. It's a good way to practice it. It's a good way to practice them. Devil Mike, it's a super good way to practice them, brother. Also, how's it going, man? How you doing? Yeah, it's definitely a good way to practice them. Nice, brother. Nice. I'm glad you're just chilling. It's the best way to be, just chilling. Also, it just doesn't matter what chord you're playing too when you're like adding some of those like hammer-ons and pull-offs. Just like adds that sort of like like old Western flair to it too, which I think is cool as hell. Um, and I even when I first started learning, the hell is the name of that song? What is it called? Corral and the Blues, that one by Coulter Wall. I tried to start learning that one, and I was kind of doing the same thing. I was like constantly doing the hammer-ons that he does, even though he doesn't obviously when he plays it do them that frequently. Hey, Strawberry, what's going on? Oh yeah, everything is definitely a bit harder on acoustic, and even harder on one of these like classical acoustic guitars, because bro, the frets at the top are so dang far apart. I was telling that to another dude a little bit earlier. Dude, it's so hard because they're so much farther apart, and it makes you kind of have to be a little bit better of a guitar student and do the keeping your finger, your thumb on the center of the world back there, like, um, so that you can get the better reach, like across the fretboard and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like get all five up there, maybe even a six if you try super hard. And hold it like an actual classical guitar. you know? But yeah, everything is a little bit more difficult on the acoustic. Also too, because the fret action on acoustics are usually a little bit higher. Even again, more so on a classical guitar. You can see how high that action is, right? Like see how the space between the strings and the fretboard, they call that the action, like how high it is. Yeah. But yeah, I was saying something about Coulter Wall's song there. And I just did it without any of them. So many effects, but I play lead guitar. Oh, you play lead guitar, dude? That's awesome. I always used to want to be a shredder, man. Yeah. Always ended up being just a rhythm guy, man. I could never mess with the shreds. I mean, I'm okay with like a couple of scales and stuff like that, and I know that's kind of like the core of shredding. But yeah, I've never been like a crazy shredder. That's cool though. Nice to meet you, brother. That's cool. Like, I mean, the pentatonic scale, like that's about as much as my shredding's ever gone through. It's like kind of bluesy lead stuff. That's about it. I know, like I said, a couple other scales too, but so yeah, I don't know. I've never been a shredder, but that's cool as heck, man. Thanks for telling me that. Thanks for sharing that in the chat, bro. Doesn't matter being the best guitarist in the world. What matters is having style. Yeah, dude, style or soul, right? Like putting your absolute heart into the music, like your soul, like right into it. That's the key right there, right? You can make your guitar like sing without actually singing with it, dude. That's the thing. That's the thing. I think I watched this like I said, I'm a millennial. Like I said earlier, I'm a millennial, and I think I watched this movie too, where it was like a dude that desperately wanted to be like a shredder, and he was like really good at all the scales and stuff like that, and shredding. He was good at shredding in it. But I remember even like the it's just one of those like cheesy like 80s 90s movies. So like the dude is just like he's just like you're good, but you don't got any like soul or style or like what you're talking about. And I remember watching that, and that always kind of like just that scene even like stuck with me. You know what I mean? Growing up, so yeah, yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. I've got electric guitars and stuff too, and I've played in a bunch of. I said it a little bit earlier on chat, and I don't know if you're here, but I've played in a bunch of like metal bands too and stuff like that. I've got like 5 or 6 electric guitars, but like I said, I'm not necessarily like a shredder. You know what I mean? Guitar practice on your YouTube channel is just like looking through the videos on my phone. Hey, bro, that's a start though, right? That's a start. Everybody got to start somewhere, man. That was something else I was kind of talking about on the channel too. Like I'm also creatively into like writing and stuff like that too. I've always kind of been into that, and that's kind of a lot of the creative push behind my channel. Is like I'm trying to finish writing this book with this character in it, and I really want to turn it to like a screenplay and make a film. And if I get to make some music too for it, that'd be cool as heck. Especially if I could collaborate with some of the people that I know, not just on YouTube but in real life too, to make some music for it. That'd be even cooler. Um, but that's cool. Everybody's got to get a start somewhere, brother. Like, how long you been playing for? I can't remember if I've talked with you before because it's been so long since I did a live stream like this, but I can't remember if I asked you that before, like when we were hanging out. Because I think I remember seeing you before in one of those chats. 15 years, damn, dude. That's cool. I'm definitely gonna go check your channel out, brother. If you want to too, you're more than welcome to like join the Discord that I got a link on like the main part of my channel, and you're more than welcome to share your guitar stuff in like one of the channels there. I have like a place for like self promotion too, like in the Discord. So if you like end up editing something together or like get a decent setup together and you know make some like like intentional content, you know what I mean, and not just like looking through your phone kind of stuff, which I said like you got to start somewhere, right? But if you do that, then you have a place to definitely start sharing it, you know what I mean? And I'd be interested just to see your stuff, brother. You know, it's cool. I'd definitely be interested in it. And I'm gonna, regardless, go check out your channel, regardless of whether you join the Discord or not. But yeah, I've been playing since I was like 6, so like a pretty decent amount of time. But like not again, not even super consistently. Like I started when I was 6. I took lessons. I didn't really want to learn how to read sheet music at 6 years old, so I kind of quit that. And then when I was like probably in my early teens, I started picking it up. Oh, thank you, brother. The mask goes hard, yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks, man. I used to wear it a lot when I'd go on like bike rides and stuff like that, motorcycle ride. Yeah, that's mainly what it's for, really. It's also part of the character. But yeah, I always say I play guitar because I knew one day I'd need it in my life, not to be good. Hey, amen to that, man. Amen to that. That's mostly what it's been too for me. It's yeah, hell yeah, fucking hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. That's exactly what it's all really been about for me too. It's never really necessarily about being, like you said even earlier, about being the best or whatever. But I'm definitely, like I said, I'm definitely gonna go check your stuff out after, probably right after the stream. The black bandana you wear sometimes. Nice, nice. Yeah, I got a black bandana too. Got a black one and I got a red one. Has a cool design on it though. Yeah, this one in particular is painted. I had someone paint that for me. So it's hand painted. And like I said, it's kind of to match like the character and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Thank you, bro. Thank you. I'll be sure to let the artist know you said that, because that's a compliment right there, man. It is. It is. I like it. I like it a lot. I wear it. I wear it under the helmet too on the motorcycle rides and stuff. You see in some of the shorts. I don't really share a lot of that stuff, but thanks, brother. I got a decent mic setup. That's about it. I got lucky and got a really decent mic setup, and this little mic right here is really decent for getting like a nice or like a cowboy hat. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like the character in the shorts, right, bro? Yeah. No. I got hoodies. I got hoodies. This is not that cold right now, man. Yeah, red dead redemption style. Heck yeah, brother. Heck yeah. Ooh. It's like holding the D chord over the wrong strings. It's just like some of the strumming pattern too that might be adding some of the effect. Like if I pick, obviously way down here, the guitar player, you play it down at the end, you get that more like kind of trebly sound versus where you play going towards the middle. It's just the same with your pickups on an electric guitar too, and you get the little switch between the two, and you got the three where you got both of them on. I've been messing with that song too for like probably like 2 weeks before I was like, oh, I should probably like show that to all my homies that like the old western stuff, man. You subbed? Oh, bro, thank you, man. I appreciate that. You want to see more streams? I will. You got it, bro. We'll get more streams going. I have a lot of different streams. Like I do a lot of like gaming content streams and stuff like that too. I have the character that like that the channel's based around. It's like, I mean, I got the mask like this in Red Dead. I got the gloves. I got the whole thing in Red Dead. Mostly Red Dead Online. I play Red Dead Online a lot. It's just a place that I like to chill, really, and also do like bounty hunting and stuff like that. Also, because it's very much in line with the character that, like I've said, is like the kind of creative force behind the channel, really. My whole point with the channel, my main goal, dude, well, I got you here, and thank you for subbing, bro. My whole main goal is to finish writing the book of this character that I've been writing for a long ass time. It's like a native Mohawk, like old Western assassin character, and I've been working on him for a while, and it's been a lot of different like pieces, and with doing the channel like the last year, being consistent with uploading content, like just any kind of content. Like I've seen a lot of people like resonate with me, with the character, so I appreciate you for all that stuff. And like I said, I plan there's we got big plans for the channel, so there'll be more streams. There'll definitely be more like content where I'm chilling like this and talking with you guys about the channel as we like grow and stuff like that too. So, but I mostly play Red Dead. I played like Breakpoint. I play Ready or Not. I play Enshrouded, Valheim, because I like to build too. Like I like survival games and stuff like that where you get to like build your own bases and stuff. So I play a lot of stuff like that though. A lot of like story heavy stuff or like survival games with like base building aspects too, for sure. Yeah, no, man. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate that. It'd be really cool. Would you just play it on guitar? Thanks, man. I appreciate that. It's like you're traveling through a land while the evening is setting. Yeah, man. The evening in the Appalachian Mountains is something to behold. I mean, even as someone who's like a northerner at heart, and I can't wait to get back up there again. Like, it's something fun and it's cool. I like sitting and jamming guitar too, and I especially like hanging out with the Wolfies too. I know you guys might not have even seen them yet, but it's because they've just been going crazy because all the neighbor dogs and the neighbors walking their dogs and stuff like that. It's just that time of day, so you try to play Time in a Bottle Legend. Ooh, that is a good one, dude. That is a good one. I should learn that one. It's probably not that hard either. Time in a Bottle. It's probably a bunch of really like easy chords that I know and just like nailing down the strumming pattern. All right, I might add it to the list, man. Yeah, no, I bet it's not super hard. I bet it's not super hard. That was my vision for the movie. Oh, okay, I got. Oh, I see. I got you. I got you. It's like you're traveling through the land lost. Oh, you said. Oh, I see what you're saying. And you said, I got you. You copy comments from a chat. I'm pretty sure I can. I'm pretty sure I can. I'm pretty sure I can even after the fact too. Oh, I know the song. I know the song you're talking about, bro. I'll grab it. There's something Devil Mike that I was even working on that was like I had kind of planned for something to use in the movie, like what you're talking about, like traveling through the land, setting. I see what you're saying now, and I get you. There was something that I had kind of been working on that was like similar chords to Ecstasy of Gold there, but it's like a 3 chord like chorus song and like a 2 chord like in between type thing instead of like your average like 4 and 3. It's like so, um, but it's similar chords. It's A minor, C, and then a G, and then back to A minor. So, but like it kind of starts with the little 2 chord part first. You know what I mean? Where it would just be the G and the A. So I was just kind of theorizing how it could start earlier before I started streaming too. Like it could kind of start a little bit like. You kind of eventually switching back into that, or some other version of that for like the chorus thing, like just something that switches it up, and then you kind of go back into the. Just something like that, you know what I mean? But yeah, I was thinking about using something like that for the music for it, because I'd started kind of messing around with that on my own, and just because of that little hammer-on pull-off thing, like I was saying, that adds that very like old Western style type thing, especially on like a classical guitar that mimics the style of like Martin guitars from back then. You know what I mean? Yeah, brother, I can find time in a bottle super easy, and I might not even need like a full tutorial. Like, 'cause I've been playing so long. The best piece of advice I ever got from an instructor of anything, let alone guitar, was that where there's a will, there's a way. So like, and he then kind of developed that even further to be like, use your ear to learn how to play stuff. So a lot of the stuff that I learn is always by ear or by watching somebody literally play it on guitar, so that I can kind of be like, oh, okay, they're doing that chord. That's like a A, that's a G, that's a C, that's a D, that's a E, like, you know what I mean? And just by whether it sounds happy or sad, you can tell whether it's like a major or minor. So yeah, I don't know. That's just kind of the basics really that I've always been operating on and learning guitar on too. Is just like I'd listen to something and then I'd sit there with it. So yeah. And I can already hear the pattern in my head of like the strumming pattern of that song. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's very similar to a lot of other songs from that time period too. Like even House of the Rising Sun was a very similar one, and that's even got almost the exact same chords as Ecstasy of Gold. Like Ecstasy of Gold is and House of the Rising Sun is just so they have like definitely like a similar strumming like picking pattern. So I also like kind of fusing a little bit of the sounds of like like old Spanish like type like mariachi type sounds with like flamenco styled guitar like from España like Spain. I always like those that kind of fusion of music and with the old Western style too. Like I'm always they're such a close sound. Like they sound really similar. Mafia style. Always like the mafia style. Oh, dude. Me too. Let me see if I can remember something because you just mentioned that. So let me see if I can remember some right now. I just gotta. It's been mad long, but you just reminded me of it. Oh man, and it is a classical guitar, so I'm gonna have to try to play like way up here where the neck and is like on the face of the guitar. What guitar do you play on? Well, I'm not sponsored by, but I'll show you the name of it. It's a Cordoba guitar. It's the I, Iberia series or Iberia, depend on like what part of Spain you're from, how you say that. Like Iberia or Iberia. Iberia. That's how you would really say it, actually. Iberia series. But it's a classical guitar. The other guitars that I have are I have a Dean ML electric, and it's a Phantom, so it's like kind of almost all blacked out, and has like a darker rosewood neck. That's electric. It's just a 6-string electric. I have an Epiphone Les Paul, so not a Gibson, but an Epiphone Les Paul. I'm not that fancy. um, what's the other guitars that I have? I have an LTD ESP guitar. I have a custom made Squire Mustang. Oh, dude, that's fancy. That's fancy. That's nice, bro. Yeah, the fanciest one I own is probably the Cordoba, the classical guitar. The two most expensive ones are probably this one and the Dean ML. Nice, you got LTD. Yeah, dude, every good metalhead and shredder has an LTD, bro. LTDs are nice. I like those. Those are the guys in Metallica use too, and I love Metallica. I love old school, super old school Metallica. I love their stuff, man. Like thrash metal from the '80s was my jam as a kid in the '90s. And to be honest, I don't know what my acoustic is. Oh yeah, well sometimes you get like no name brands one too. Actually, I mean I do. It's a country singer brand. Keith Urban like signature type guitar. Okay, I wonder what brand like gave Keith a signature guitar. That's cool though. Yeah, dude, the pickups on those are really nice. On the LTDs, they're super nice. They're super good, super clean, super crunchy. Like, yeah, they're super awesome. I love the pickups on the LTD. They're even better than my like Dean guitar, which it kind of says a lot. But it didn't. My ML was like just an ML. It wasn't like a Dimebag special. You know, like Dimebag Daryl had the same shape of that ML. Like the shape of his guitar was like not the Z, but it was like a V combined with the Z. Yeah, I've got that electric guitar, and that one was cool too. But yeah, I mean, I still have it. You know, some affordable collaboration with Keith. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I'm just curious in my own mind what brand gave him a deal like that. I'll probably check that out too after the stream, just because I'm a curious dude and a curious mind. But yeah, and I don't want like a freaking signature guitar or anything like that. Like I'm more of the Devil Mike's kind of attitude there. I'm good with a nice sounding guitar that I can kind of just chill, sit back and let the vibes of it heal me out, you know. Even when I jam metal stuff too, which like if you guys want to see some of that stuff in the future too, I can definitely throw you guys some of the riffs I used to like jam back in the day when I was in metal bands and stuff like that. Some of the riffs I came up with I know are like mad nostalgic of that time period. Chuka, when will you go? Oh, nice one, dude. I'm from there. That's where I'm from, Chuka. Like 12. Yeah, I mean, I don't listen to Keith Urban. I don't really like. Yeah, no, you're right. Nice. Yeah, no, it's all good, bro. You played the electric one more, right? All right. Not an all-rounder guitar player. I was a DJ, then I started playing metal lead. Oh, that's dope, dude. That's cool. That's cool as hell. Hey, man, any guitar in the right hands can sound really good. It doesn't even matter like how cheap it is, how expensive it is. Granted, a more expensive one has like slightly little better tonality and resonance and all that junk, but like any guitar in the right hands sounds awesome. If you practice with it, who cares? Who cares, man? Like, who cares? And all the better if you practice on something crappier because you gotta try harder to make it sound better. I think my first guitar ever was like a no-name brand. It was from a music store, but it was a classical guitar like this that I was like I said I was like six. I was 6 years old, and I still have it. It's tiny. It's like a little kid guitar too. But my first like real electric guitar was First Act. That's a like a electric guitar from brand from Walmart. And I like earned enough money while I was working after being 15, like and having my green or my green card. I'm a citizen. After having the like papers or your working papers or whatever when you turn 15, so you could go work when you were a minor or whatever. Like, and I earned money and bought that First Act electric guitar because I like had an acoustic guitar, but I'd earned some money, bought the guitar, learned enough on it that I was like, no, I want like a real guitar. So my first like electric guitar was a Washburn guitar. It was like a gray, well, you know, it had like silvery flakes in it and stuff like that, but it was like a gray, um, the hell was it? It was like a gray kind of like it had like the little curve right here, you know what I mean? It went up, and then the rest of the body was round, like the rest of the guitar. But it was a that was my first electric guitar. It was like a Washburn, and then my first like real acoustic guitar was also a Washburn, and then from the Washburn I went to the Dean ML, and that was fun to like play, but it was kind of a pain in the butt to like bring to lessons all the time because it was so big, like the body of it. But it's still a fun guitar to play. My ESP like LTD whatever that one sounds the best for when I'm playing like electric and metal and stuff right now. But that one has a tremolo and a tuner lock up here that has like it's missing pieces and like that now because it's been so like long that I've had it for and stuff like that. And it's been through a lot of shit, but maybe one day I'll like break out the collection and show you guys all the different guitars that I have. And I don't have a classical guitar at all. Or something. Guitar. Yeah, yeah. See, and that's the thing too. Is it's like I'm more like the rhythm kind of like all around guy. I can kind of do that, and I don't know. I've also been that type of person too in real life. I'm like a jack of all trades, a master of none kind of person. So like I don't like I said, I don't lie. I'm not like I never look for like the shreds or anything like that. Like after the fact, after I learn a little bit about it, I'm like, yeah, that'd be cool to be able to shred. But the best I got for that is just like in the Phrygian scale a little bit, and then in the pentatonic scale, I can shred a little bit. But I'm not like a lead guitarist, and I wouldn't like say that about myself. And you know what I figured out? Squire is decently cheaper than a Fender. Yeah, and it sounds almost exactly the same. Yeah. They're made from almost the exact same materials. Yeah, people do pay for the brands for real. It's true. It's true. I had one acoustic, and I gave it to my younger brother years ago when I wanted to give him something, and his acoustic was real cheap. Oh yeah, I definitely agree with what you said. People definitely pay for the brands, man. Like you can make the most cheapest, like shittiest guitar sound really beautiful. Like if you are just really good with it. Yeah, dude, for sure. If you're and especially if like if you're for example you could pick up any guitar if you've been playing lead guitar for like 15 years you could probably pick up any guitar and make it sound really awesome. But I do gotta get going here, guys. I gotta take care of the doggies and take care of a bunch of other stuff. It's been mad fun chilling with you guys though and talking about the channel and playing some guitar and getting you guys to have see the doggies. But and I look forward. I'm gonna do another stream, like pretty much exactly like this tomorrow around the same time. If you want to come hang out, just because I wanted to do like two of them, just so that like if people that couldn't come today could come tomorrow, you know what I mean, type of thing. Because I want to talk about the channel again and talk about like how we got here, what the, where we're going, all that good stuff. So, not a famous brand, but cheap, good material. Yeah, amen to that. Amen to that. Amen to that. So, but yeah, with that, guys, like I said, thanks for hanging out in chat. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you didn't already. I appreciate you guys coming, hanging out in chat, hanging out with me and the Wolfies, listening to some of my guitar. And yeah, I definitely look forward to seeing you guys in the next one, dude. For sure, for sure. Yeah, you too. You guys have a good night. Like I said, it's been awesome hanging out with you guys. I really appreciate it. We'll catch you in the next one, guys. Peace out. Probably do some gaming later too if you're down for that. Peace.